Simon, most of the time I don't have much fun. The rest of the time I don't have any fun at all. I feel like a sad clown with a painted smile plastered on my face. It's all plastic, like a fish swimming through synthetic water. God must be up there laughing at my meaningless trials and tribulations.
Haynes, you might not believe this, but what you are talking about is a good sign. You have just provided evidence that you are pursuing the truth about the absurdities of life.
Absurdity is a small word for what I feel.
Keep ruminating, your emotional discharge is revealing and therapeutic.
Let's take my Thanksgiving weekend. What a fiasco. Ludicrous, humiliating.
Whatever has happened, my forlorn friend?
It's a miserable tale. My first wife's mother. I guess that makes her my ex-mother-in-law. Well, in a way, let me tell you, she's a piece of work.
Let it all out, Haynes.
I had to spend the entire weekend with the ex-wife and the ex-mother-in-law.
Sounds like a recipe for big trouble.
It was. First, let me tell you a little something about my ex-mother-in-law.
Spread it out, and spread it, nice and thin.
My ex-father-in-law died about 10 years ago after a long and protracted illness.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Simon, it was not a surprise when it happened. My ex-mother-in-law called the Sun-Times and she said, "I would like you to print the following obituary concerning my recently deceased husband. Henry is dead." The reporter at the Sun-Times was silent for a moment and finally said, "Well, ma'am, for the same $10 you can actually print 10 words." My ex-mother-in-law without a moment's hesitation said, "Then print this. Henry is dead. Mint, Lexus for sale. Old man, driven."
Hee hee, she is quick on her feet, you have to give her that.
I never said she was dumb, just loony as a cuckoo clock.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
But, can she cook? She is the best cook that I have ever met. This is why I try to spend my Thanksgiving dinner at her house whenever I can.
Haynes, you are well connected with all of your ex-wives and their relatives. Is this why you had this Thanksgiving meal at her house?
Exactly, but even though I have excellent control over my behavior, and I have impeccable manners, I made a horrible Freudian slip.
Please do tell.
I was enjoying the lavish turkey dinner with my ex-mother-in-law's delicious homemade rolls, when I realized that I had no butter for the rolls. I turned to my ex-mother-in-law and meant to say, "Could you pass the butter, please?" But instead I said, "You silly slutter, you have absolutely ruined my life."
That must have squelched the festivities.
I was quick on my feet and mumbled something about having recently been diagnosed with a new form of Tourette's syndrome.
That was quick thinking, Haynes.
I lied to them saying that the Tourette's made me say things that were completely untrue, and I suddenly found myself saying to my ex-mother-in-law, "You are the greatest mother-in-law in the world, and if you ever write a cookbook it will be a worldwide bestseller."
Excellent recovery.
But, as you can see, I am not having any fun. Fun is a commodity I rarely possess anymore.
You did not enjoy the remainder of your Thanksgiving weekend then?
No. I spent the rest of the weekend not saying anything for fear of what might come out of my mouth. Now, I am worried that I'm worrying so much that I am paralyzed into total inactivity.
Haynes, we were meant to spend it all, and not to be consumed with worry over the small stuff.
What do you mean?
In the end, you want to go into your grave, sideways.
How's that?
You want to give life such a ride that there is not one single ounce of energy left in your body when you die.
Do you mean like, what am I saving up for?
Exactly. Brilliant, my friend. Keep chasing women. Keep dreaming and striving, embrace the absurd.
Simon. I want to go into my grave straight up and down, erect, vertical, like a human being, standing upright. Death, ha, I laugh in your face. I will face that specter on my own terms. And in the end I will win.
Are you sure of that?
Absolutely.
At least you are smiling again.
Simon, what did you call it again?
Absurdity.